You're still afraid.
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
We are live. Let's do it. So, this is how everything's going to work. I'm going to try to do my best to explain the rules as quick as possible, and then we'll go into the tournament. Just going to kind of wait for people to kind of start pouring in a little bit. I'm going to turn my TV off. I got Roku TV going. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Cool. Also, I don't have my light on. Give me a second here. Professional streamer. Haven't streamed in like 3 months. I know exactly what I'm doing, guys. I promise. That ain't it. It's somewhere here. How's everybody doing today, by the way? Do I gotta hit a power button? Is that what I'm doing? No. Okay. Oh, yeah. Professional streamer right here, guys. Give me a second. Okay. Now we're set. No, now we're not. Oh, now we are. Okay, whoa, what happened there? Okay, and we're good. Let's do it, everybody. Hi, howdy, hello. It has been a long time since I've streamed, so let's get right into it. It looks like... I'm gonna wait for the poll to kind of go, and then we're gonna really get into this. So let me try my best to explain the rules here. We're gonna go standard desktop. So here's how all this is gonna work. I'm using challenge to do this. You guys don't have to do anything besides when the poll shows up in chat, you vote for the one that you want to win. So it looks like right now Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire is winning. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on each matchup, so we're going to have about 30 seconds for each one, and then we're going to move on to the next matchup, just to kind of move things along so we're not here for 4 hours straight. So, it's the best movie. It's based on what you like more. Imagine it this way. Imagine if, you know, you're on a desert island, and you can only have either Son of Godzilla or Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. Which one would you rather have with you? That's the only movie you can watch. Think of it that way with every single matchup, right? So, Godzilla vs. Megaguirus versus City on the Edge of Battle. Which movie would you rather have on that desert island with you? That's the way that this is sort of going to go. If there's a tie, which I doubt will happen, but if it gets to where it's like 50%, 50%, I will decide the winner as the tiebreaker. Think of me like the vice president, you know, in Congress. When there's a tie on a bill, you know, the vice president steps in and votes on it. either choosing yes or no. So that's going to be sort of my job. Otherwise, let's just see what happens here. So I seeded everything, by the way, based on the letterboxed average rating. So that's why -1 is the 1 seed. And then what's the lowest seed? Is it Godzilla's Revenge is 39. This isn't my personal ranking or seeding. This is just how the website Letterboxd has everything. So get mad at them for the seeding. It was funny, though, because the way I originally envisioned this was like, oh, it's going to be -1 versus Godzilla's Revenge. And I'm like, it'd be funny if immediately that's what eliminated -1, because people decided to just go ironic with this. But you guys have the choice to go ironic with it. We're going to end the poll here in 5 seconds. So vote. 5. I'm just going to close this out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, poll has ended. Yeah, let's see. So the winner is Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. So we're going to go here, report scores. Godzilla X Kong is moving on. And it's going to go up against -1, which we will wait. We're going to just kind of go down the list. So our next one here is, let me make the poll. We're going to just do Mega Gearus instead of writing out the whole title. And then City on the Edge, just to keep things simple for you guys. And start poll. Here we go. This is going to be the next one. So we'll see kind of what happens here. I want to just make sure everyone has the chance to vote. That is the one thing where it's like, I don't want to rush it, but I also don't want to spend forever waiting for every single person in chat. We'll just kind of see what happens, go from there. I guess, okay, so if I had to pick a winner for either one of these, I would actually pick Son of Godzilla to beat out Godzilla X Kong. But again, you guys decide this stuff. I'm not, don't base this stuff off me. You guys have your own opinion, so we'll see. But Mega Gears, I think I would also have over City on the Edge of Battle. I think that'd be the way to go about it. But yeah, again, we'll see what happens. Don't go off of what I say. Go off of what you say. Poll's ending in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Poll has ended. It looks like Mega Gearus is the winner by a landslide. And we're moving on. Here we go. Some of these are going to be kind of boring at first, because it's like, okay, look, Godzilla vs. Megalon is a fan favorite. Well, Planet Eater, it gets its flowers from a lot of fans on Twitter, lately at least. But, I mean, it's Godzilla vs. Megalon. If this isn't a Megalon sweep, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I mean, it's at 100% right now. I don't think anyone's voted for Planet Eater yet, unless there's some contrarians in chat. Yeah, Shin versus -1 would be a pretty good one. That could be the finals. I don't know yet, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. Oh, it's starting to dip. Okay, it's going back up. But yeah, no, I'm very intrigued to kind of see what chat has to say about some of these, because you guys know my opinions. If you know from my argument that I'd probably have Hedorah be the winner of all this. But I'm really curious to kind of see what the general consensus is for my viewers is. So we're going to close chat. We're going to close the poll here, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. And yeah, by a landslide again, Godzilla versus Megalon. If it's going to show up, where is it? Well, I mean, I saw it. I saw the poll. It was Megalon. Did I hit delete? I don't know. But yeah, here we go. Let's get the next one going. Oh, this one's interesting. Versus Kong, and this is 2020, or Raids Again. Let's see. Yeah, Megalon won by 87%. That's crazy. You saw Creepshow for the first time. How was that? So I love that movie. I'm also not at all surprised. I know that there's a lot of MonsterVerse fans in my audience, so I wouldn't be a bit surprised if, the Sweet 16 is nothing but MonsterVerse stuff. Would not be a bit surprised. And that's fine. This is your guys' tournament, so we're going to just kind of see how this comes off here. For me, though, I do think that Versus Kong is better than Raids Again. Raids Again is, yeah, I agree with you. that it's one of the worst ones, but also it's kind of like, I don't know, it's not unwatchable. There's a lot of bad elements for sure, but I disagree that it's kind of awful. I think it's in the camp of like, it's campy, it knows what it is. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a bad movie, even though that's kind of what my retrospective. Oh, there we go. Now I can actually see it. Cool. Okay. This is a lot better, so I can actually kind of see where everything is. But we're going to end the poll in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, end poll. And yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong is the winner. I'm not surprised one bit. This is going to be a bit confusing, though. I probably should have worded some of these a bit better to where it was just versus Kong, because when it's like Godzilla versus, you know, whatever, it's like this one, Destroy a Megagear, so that's going to be a bit confusing. Let's get the next one going here. We've got Space Godzilla versus Godzilla's Revenge. All right, here we go. Someone said, "Have I ever wanted to collaborate with Schaeferillis Productions?" I mean, he's a huge channel. I doubt he'd want to collaborate with me. It'd be cool, but I'm like not at all in that range. It'd be neat though. I like his Megamind video. That was a really funny one, where he's like talking about the, what is it, the disintegration ray or whatever. He's like freaking out. That was a phenomenal video. Really funny. But I like more of his like analytical stuff too. It's great. So Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla is really solid. I am baffled as to why people don't like it so much in the Godzilla fandom space, but yeah. I think this one's going to be kind of cut and dry. It's going to get more interesting once we get to round 2, where you're getting more like Final Wars versus 2014. I'm very excited for, so we'll see kind of what happens there, but yeah. Ending the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so yeah, Space Godzilla 1. There we go. Here we go. Actually, never mind. This is going to be another kind of cut and dry one. But we're going to go KOTM 2019. And then we're going to have Planet of the Monsters. So let's see here. Yeah, I apologize for the ads. That's why I'm going to try to kind of keep the polls going for at least maybe a minute, just so that everyone can kind of come in and vote if they need to. You know, just make sure everyone's voice gets heard here. But, yeah, I mean, it's going to be KOTM. I don't see much love for these anime movies, but it is intriguing, because I know a lot of people who love the anime movies, right? And I'm like, I really want to rewatch them and get a better grasp of them, because I feel like I wasn't in the right mindset for what they were. I wanted something else, and I was sort of thinking about like, oh, I wish we would have gotten this, as opposed to this is what we got, and I need to critique it based on that. But we'll see. That won't be out for a while, the anime trilogy retrospective thing. This is not power scaling. This is just the movies. Which movie you like more? All right, it's been a minute. We're ending the poll in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. So, yeah, I mean, by a landslide. That might be the biggest one yet, right? 77, 87, 80, 65. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of love for that one, but yeah. Here we go. Ebra Horror of the Deep versus Godzilla 98. This is the first kind of like really interesting one, I think, at least. Just because I feel like it's going to be a lot more divisive and a lot more closer of a race compared to the other ones. I guess not. I guess Ebra is very well loved by people. Personally, I would say Zilla 98, but don't go off of what I said. Go off of what you really think. Got my dog barking there. Jeez. Jesus. I don't know how well you guys can hear that, but that's my dog freaking out right now. My parents are home, though, so it's all good. Let's see. Ebra versus Zilla. Okay, we're going to close this in just a little bit here. We're going to end the poll in 5 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ebra wins by 69%. That's crazy. All right, here's where it's going to get more interesting now. We're going to go right back up to the top here. We're going to do -1 versus New Empire. I feel like this is going to rustle some jimmies. I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot closer. I don't know. Again, I didn't seed this. I know this was last year, you know, the big sort of, you know, argument back in the day where people were arguing back and forth, the MonsterVerse fans and more of like the Toho fans and I guess everyone else. But yeah, I mean, it's not even close now. But back then, it was very much like a war between kind of two sides of the fandom. I mean, my most popular video kind of addresses that in a little way. I mean, yeah, this is pretty cut and dry. Pretty sure it's going to be -1, right? Yeah. All right. Just want to give it some time, but I'm pretty sure -1 is the winner here. I wish I could make this... Oh, there we go. I can actually do that. Okay. Yeah, -1 is one of the greatest movies of all time. Completely agree. I love it. It's fantastic. I know that my video on this one, as well as Shin Godzilla, are going to be very long compared to my normal stuff. You know, it's not going to be like 15 minutes. It's going to be closer to like that Terror of Mechagodzilla video where I went like really into it. It was like 35 minutes, almost like 40 minutes if I remember correctly. But I have a lot to say about -1 for sure, so that's going to be a fun video to make. And poll, -1 wins. And there we go. So let me see this one first so I can get an idea. Okay, this is Showa Mechagodzilla. Here we go. That was 74, right? I believe that was 1974. I'll just do that, yeah. Let's see. I'm curious about this one. I know there's a lot of love for Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Yeah. See, every time I think it's going to be close, it's not close. That's what's pretty funny. I have a feeling, though, some of these are going to be really close. Like, Shin Godzilla versus KOTM, I think, is going to be a bit closer. Maybe. There's definitely a couple for sure, but I know that as it gets going, we're going to see less of like the 86%, the 90%, and it's going to kind of go down a bit. Oh, it's 72. It's dropping a bit. Let's just see. My pick would be versus Mechagodzilla. That'd be my pick. I adore that movie. The Mothra one is fine. I need to revisit it, though, to kind of like fully grasp it, because it's been about a year or two since I've seen it. But yeah, we're going to close this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and poll. So yeah, winner is Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, and we're moving on. Now we got Mothra versus Godzilla, and then I'm going to just clarify, this is the Showa one, so I'm going to say Showa just for clarification, because we just did the Heisei one, and then Godzilla versus Gigan. Start poll. Let's see. Let's see. My pick would be Mothra versus Godzilla, just saying here. I think that movie's fantastic, but obviously I know there's a lot of love for Godzilla versus Gigan. I just don't like visually how Godzilla versus Gigan looks. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I don't know. While this is going, by the way, let me tell you guys about a scrapped video that I bought a bunch of stuff for, and I never actually made the video, which kind of sucks, but it just wasn't working out because it wasn't as interesting, because it was actually... Let me just show you. So I went on Alibaba, and I bought a bunch of bootleg Godzilla toys. Kind of like a sequel to my bootleg Godzilla video where I bought stuff off Temu. But the Alibaba stuff was pretty solid. I mean, like, it looks good. This was like $9, and it looked fantastic. I got these two here. Oh, I dropped one. Oh, well. I got this, like, Hedorah one that looks really solid. And then I got a Gigan Rex type of thing. And they both look phenomenal. And I'm just like, So at the end of the day, the video was like, oh, I was going to laugh at these, but they actually look really good. So I ended up just kind of scrapping the video and just going like, yeah, whatever. I'll just eat my losses and put them on the shelf because they look cool. All right, we're going to end poll. And yeah, Mothra versus Godzilla is the winner. All right, Return of Godzilla versus... Okay, this might be a good one, actually. So... in Return of Godzilla, I'm also going to say, like, Godzilla 85. Actually, it's 1985, right? Yeah. We'll see what happens, though. This might be a bit interesting. Yeah, the early ones are all pretty much going to be landslides, but we're going to kind of see what happens from here, because I know that, like, round 3 is going to go pretty crazy. I know that, like, this one right here, matchup number 12, where it's Ghidorah versus Astro Monster, that one's going to be pretty intense. Hey, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. That's cool. Thank you. But yeah, some of these are going to be nuts. Like this one right here, I bet is going to be really close. Wow, this one's 50-50. This one's not a landslide. Interesting. This is interesting. So it's going back and forth. This is kind of what I wanted to see. See, I don't control which movies are, you know, going up against each other. The seeding is based off of the letterboxed, you know, average rating from the viewers on there. So that's how I did this the way it is. We're going to give this just a little bit more time just because this is a lot closer. But yeah, this is real. Look at this. Oh my God. I might actually need to do a tiebreaker. And I don't even know which one I like more. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, because this is closer. It was just 52% for King Kong versus Godzilla just a little bit ago. And now we're back to 50-50. I think they might have meant like brooding. It has like a brooding vibe for Return of Godzilla, which I totally get, for sure. Man, this is just too close. We're going to give this just a little bit more time. Because it's stuck at 50-50. I'm just going to call it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. So it's 50-50. I didn't think I'd have to do this, but we're going to have to do it. Man, okay. I think I love both movies, right? But I do think I'm going to have to go with Return of Godzilla. I think that it has a lot more to say, even though King Kong vs. Godzilla for sure has a lot to say as well with its social commentary. I just think that Return of Godzilla is such a huge step up for the franchise. I love it. I love the cinematography of it. It's so good. That's my vice president, you know, vetoing thing. So, because that was 50-50, no other option. That was finally, I think, the first good matchup. All right. Here we go. This one won't be. This is going to be another landslide, I bet. Almost guaranteed it's going to be a landslide, but we'll see what happens. I am definitely curious to see. Yeah, I mean... oh, man. I really wonder if we're going to have any sweeps. I think if we were going to have a complete sweep, there would have been one back in, like, round 1, right? But I think that, yeah, this is pretty cut and dry. We'll just give it a little bit of time, but... yeah, I mean, hey, at least Mega Gears wasn't a first-round exit. Think about it that way. Just the movies. Yep, just the movies. Yeah, we're going to end the poll there. Yeah. Just because that one was so cut and dry, it's Destroya that beats that one out. So this one's going to be kind of interesting. So we're going to go... and then Terror of Mechagodzilla. Start poll. Let's see what happens. Because I'm curious to see what the consensus is on this. Because I've seen mixed stuff about Ghidorah. But personally, like, look, if this comes down to 50-50, which it could, I don't know, it probably won't. I'd go with Terror of Mechagodzilla. That's just me. I think for me it just works so well because of Katsura. I just adore that character. I think that her character arc is wonderful. But it's you guys. You guys pick. You guys pick. This isn't me. I don't get to veto unless it hits 50-50. It has to be exactly 50%, which we've had one so far, so who knows. But yeah. These are just the movies. Just the movies. I might actually really quick change. Yeah, I'm just going to change the title so people kind of get the gist. Yeah, it's just the movie. Yeah, the plot is a bit rough with Ghidorah because it's like it should have just been a bare bones. Here comes King Ghidorah from space. It's a planet-destroying monster. Fights Godzilla. That's it. That's all I really needed from it. But it tries to go in so many different directions that really don't work for it. Okay, we're going to end this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is Ghidorah. Sad. Because I love Terror of Mechagodzilla so much. This one might be interesting. We're going to go GMK. We'll see what happens here. Just because I know that there's so much love for Godzilla vs. Megalon. I'm very curious to see. I'm very curious to see which one's going to be the winner here. Let's see, because it's... Yeah, it's going to be GMK, which I'm fine with. I love GMK. But, yeah, GMK is a fantastic movie. That's going to be another one where when I make my video on it, it's going to be crazy long because I have so much to say. Yeah, it's great. We're going to start kind of the countdown just because it is... I'll give it a bit just because this might be a bit of a longer... It's only 62% right now. I think it's the first and only depiction of Ghidorah being a hero, right? I think that's the only one where Ghidorah was actually a hero in GMK. I think otherwise, Ghidorah's pretty much always been the bad guy. It's coming down. It's interesting. MonsterVerse Ghidorah was not a hero. Completely disagree. Baragon's great in that movie, yeah. Alright, we're going to end it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and poll GMK is the winner. And there we go. This one is going to be fun. This is going to be a really fun one. We've got the three-headed monster versus Invasion... Dude, I can't type. Invasion of Astro Monster. Let me fix that E. Which, ironically enough, in my retrospective, I kept saying Invasion of the Astro Monster because that was just what I kept... That's what I always knew it as. I literally had like a straight up like a Mandela effect moment where I'm like, that's the name of the movie, Invasion of the Astro Monster, because it makes grammatical sense, but I guess not. I guess it's Invasion of Astro Monster. But yeah. Yeah, this is tough because I really like Astro Monster. I like the Exilians. I think those are great. I think that Glenn is a cool character. But with Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, I love a lot of the espionage elements, the spy stuff. You know, you still get some alien stuff, but it's very grounded. You get some really cool like moments with the Mothra fairies. The Shobijin, where they're like translating, you know, what Godzilla and Rodan are saying. It's great stuff. I think that honestly, these two movies are pretty much on the same level, but I personally would put Astro Monster a little bit ahead. But I'm gonna just kind of let the votes pour in a little bit more, just so we can kind of get a better grasp. I know that ads are a thing with streaming. I think I'm not too good with a lot of this stuff, so we'll just kind of see what happens here. But Yeah, it's at 53%. We're not going to stop the polls just yet. We're going to give it just a little bit more time. But yeah. Yeah, the Godzilla dancing is great. Namikawa is a fantastic character. So it looks like we're about stagnant, so we're going to go 5 seconds. We're going to close this poll. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Astro Monster wins. Interesting. This one's... I have a feeling it's going to go a certain way. But we'll see. Or actually, it was 2021, not 2020. I think earlier in the chat I had it at... Oh, no, I did say 2020. Did it come out in 2020 or 2021? Whatever. I swore that movie came out in 2020, but maybe... I think it was scheduled for 2020, and then it came out a year later. Because they delayed it. Yeah. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. Just been busy. Yeah, it was 2021? Okay. Yeah. My most recent kind of purchase was I got a Nintendo Switch Lite. And I got it just to play MLB The Show. But it plays like crap on the Switch. So I've been playing a lot of Sonic Mania. And that's been a lot of fun. Jeopardy as well. We're going to end the poll here. I think we have a grasp of the results. Yeah, it's 54. Completely valid, I think. All right, up next we've got Singular Point and Destroy All Monsters. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Someone asked about doing a... Yeah, Pigpen asked about a Gamera or Kong movie bracket, maybe a miscellaneous kaiju film bracket. I think that'd be really cool to do. We'll kind of see how this one does. I know that chat's loving it, which is really cool. I think maybe a movie bracket in general would be just awesome. Just taking like, you know, you guys just submit a bunch of movies and then I just throw them all in there and then base the seeding off of Letterboxd ratings, just like this one. But yeah, I think maybe a miscellaneous kaiju one could be kind of fun because then we could put, you know, like Kong in there, Gamera. We could do Gorgo, Pacific Rim, and then maybe a couple Godzilla ones as well. Even though I know the Godzilla ones are probably going to sweep, so maybe not Godzilla. I don't know. We could call it like the Notzilla, the Notzilla bracket. I don't know. All right, we're going to end this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Destroy All Monsters wins. Not surprised. All right, let's see here. We've got versus Hedorah. And then versus Space Godzilla. Yeah, Cloverfield, the host, Gorgo Reptilicus. You can even do Daimajin. Big Man Japan could be one. I mean, like, we want to get really obscure. It could be kind of fun. I think with this one, there's just a little bit too many movies. I think maybe having 32 movies would be the way to go, because then you kind of go 32, and then you go, 16, kind of go that way. A little bit less. Also, wow, this is close. Stop the count. Stop the count. Godzilla vs. Hedorah was ahead. Now it's not. They shipped in the votes for Space Godzilla. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm going to give this one a little bit of time. I got to be fair, even though I love Hedorah. But we're going to give this one a little bit more time just so that everyone gets a chance to vote. It kind of, settles. I just don't want to put up a poll and then close it immediately. Right on, man. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, you could see the VOD anyways. I'm going to post it for sure. I might even clip this into like a video for the channel. I think it might be kind of fun. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, we're going to give this just 5 seconds, and then we're going to close it. Not biased, I promise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're closing the poll right now. Godzilla versus Ghidorah wins. Hell yeah, dude. A DC movie bracket would be kind of cool. Maybe even like a superhero bracket would be really neat. There we go. Next one is Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. This was the 2002 one. And then Godzilla 2000. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely think it won't be tonight when I do the miscellaneous kaiju bracket. But yeah, I think I'll do that eventually. Wow. A lot of love for that movie. More than I thought. I knew that the Kiryu duology, as I like to call it, is like a beloved by fans, but that's nuts. 85%. 88. Wow. Also, someone said, let's do the worst ones, Raids Again and Godzilla's Revenge. Actually, Raids Again wasn't the lowest. It was Revenge and then 98. I love 2000. All right, we're going to close it out here because it's pretty much a sweep. And then while that's going, we're going to go Shin Godzilla and then okay. So against one by a landslide. And let's see. Am I dropping frames? Let's see. Oh, only 98 drop frames. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, this one, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it was, I don't know. Maybe it might not be a sweep. What did I do for Halloween? Not much. I worked and then came home from work. I watched Frankenstein, the 1931 movie, and then I watched Bride of Frankenstein, and then I watched Trick or Treat, the Michael Dougherty one. So, yeah, it was just kind of a low-key Halloween. I didn't really do much. But yeah, it was nice. It was relaxing, which is all I really wanted. We're going to close this out in just a little second here. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and poll. Shin Godzilla wins. I don't know. Maybe I'm not as surprised as I thought I was. Bride of Frankenstein is great. Yeah, I'm not really in the mood, though, for a lot of Godzilla movies around this time. Maybe Shin, but even then I kind of already watched Shin a little bit ago, so I wasn't too keen on revisiting it so soon. There we go. Just want to get the next poll up. But I disagree with the CGI being bad. I think it looks purposefully jarring in a way. Yeah, no, I was sick of making tier lists, and I was just trying to brainstorm ways of like, okay, how do I do something in the same vein as a tier list while not just giving the same opinion over and over again? Because I've kind of covered everything I've wanted to make in a tier list, so I figured this would be the way to do it. Plus, I mean, you think about it, you know, like with tier lists, it's basically just a video, but with this, it really is like, okay, it's cool that you can be here live to do this. I can't commit to live streaming as frequently, by the way. This is just going to be kind of like a one-off, but yeah, I'd rather put more time. You know, let's say I can dedicate 2 hours a night to streaming. I'd rather put those 2 hours into making videos, just because, you know, I think that it's more fulfilling for me and for you guys. But I think as a once-in-a-while kind of deal, these are going to be kind of nice. This is closer than I thought it would be. No. Godzilla versus Mech. Oh, wait, is this? Ah, shit. Hold on. This poll's invalid. I messed up. This is Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2. Sorry, guys. I screwed the pooch. There we go. Thank you for bringing that up in chat. That guy. Sorry, this is now the official one. I messed up. Yeah, because Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla is up here, right? Yeah. Yeah, because it's about to square off with -1 in a little bit. I prefer Godzilla Jr. Let's see. Oh, this one's a little closer. Actually, not really. No. I think Tokyo SOS has the better effects. And I think the Mothra scene where she sacrifices herself to save her larva is really great. That's a great moment. I disagree. I think it was fine the way it is. I kind of like the idea of that solo Kiryu movie that they were going to make, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good deal. For the Godzilla Criterion Collection on sale for $50 today, that's a really good deal. I already own it. Otherwise, I probably would be buying it right now, but that's cool. You saw Halloween 3 in theaters. That rocks, dude. I watched it on AMC on my lazy boy. So yeah, we're going to let this just kind of go just a little bit. It's a little close. We'll see kind of what happens here. All right. If we have time, I'm going to do a little Q&A after we're done with the bracket, by the way, just to kind of clarify that. I want to be done by like 6, maybe 6:30. I want to watch the World Series tonight. It's Game 7, but we'll see kind of what happens. We're going to end the poll right now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tokyo SOS wins. Which, thank God, just for the matter of, like, it'd be a pain to have to deal with this. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 and then 1 over here. It'd be a pain. So we're going to go start a poll. What is this? Biollante versus Ebera. I'm going to do just Horror of the Deep, just for the sake of this. So I'm actually editing the Godzilla vs. Biollante video right now. My editor is helping out with kind of doing the meat of the video, as I like to put it. He's kind of doing the analysis portion, and then I'm doing the whole like talking about the physical media release. I reused some of my video that I did on the Criterion release of Biollante, so kind of some reuse there, but it is what it is. Favorite Godzilla movie? It's still here. It's versus Hedorah. Are there any, like... No, I think... Yeah, every round 1 movie has been eliminated so far. And it likely will be 2 here with Biollante. Yeah, Biollante wins. We're just going to close it out there. I don't want to drag this on for a bit, especially when it's in, like, the 70s. You know, when it's 70-something%. Here we go. We're going to go Final Wars versus 2014. Okay. No, Hedorah's right here. I was just commenting about how all the round 1 movies are gone. You know, they've all been eliminated at this point. Yeah, they've all officially been eliminated, so almost no point in even having any of these there, but we'll see. Interesting. 60-40, okay. So I love Final Wars, but I also love 2014 as well. Yeah, I think... Okay, here's going to be my thing. When there's like 20 votes in and it's at 70% or more, I'm going to call it there just because it's like, it's not going to come back straight up. But here, I think this is a good way to call it. 64%. Final Wars is the winner. Here we go. Let's do it. -1. There we go. Let's see here. -1 versus Mechagodzilla. This is the 70s one, just for the sake of it. Yeah, -1 is very likely going to be in the finals, if I had to guess. Honestly, I think this right here is like a really solid sort of... Yeah, I feel like this, if you were to like recommend movies to people that are Godzilla fans, like, and sorry, if you were to recommend movies to someone who isn't a Godzilla fan, I feel like picking any one of these would sort of be your best pick for round 3. I wish I can get this thing out of the way. Oh, here we go. I go, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna call it -1 wins, just to move things along. Let's see. Some of these now are going to be tough, I think. I disagree that Godzilla vs. Destroya is a hard recommendation for a beginner, because you can kind of get the idea of what a Godzilla is. You know, like, they pretty much explain everything really well, and you get a lot of interesting... this is Showa, Mothra versus Godzilla. This is the one from the 60s. But getting back to the, you know, Godzilla vs. Destroya, I think it could be a really good beginner movie. Actually, yeah, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah probably wouldn't be a good one. Even though you do get Ghidorah, and that's sort of like the Joker to Godzilla's Batman. But yeah, I think, yeah. We're going to give this just a little bit more. Just a little bit. We're going to end it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. And the winner is Return of Godzilla. Now we've got... Okay. Just want to make this as easy as possible instead of typing out the entire title. Because if I have to type out Godzilla Versus like 18 times today, I'm going to lose my mind. But, yeah. I keep looking over at this. I got this at G-Fest for Zeth, who I do the podcast with every now and then. You know, we're doing our Godzilla podcast thingy. And I got this for him. And he, I'm supposed to ship this out to him back in July, and I still haven't. It's November. So I got him a bunch of merch. Oh, I ruined it. I was going to give him a surprise. It was going to be a bunch of, like, merch and whatnot, but... just sitting on my shelf. I gotta send it to him, like, now. Yeah, Destroya wins that one. Not a bit surprised. Alright, GMK Astro Monster. This one I feel like is going to be a landslide. I disagree. I think Godzilla vs. Biollante isn't all that confusing. It moves at such a rapid pace that it's just sort of like, you either get it or you don't. I feel like a lot of general audiences can just kind of understand this stuff reasonably. When you get to, like, Final Wars, that's when it gets crazy. You know, when there's, like, so many layers to things. But, yeah, I think audiences are smarter than a lot of people let on. Especially when it comes to Godzilla stuff, because, I don't know. It's take a giant monster, or sorry, take a dead person, mix their DNA with plants and Godzilla, and you're fine. I think that might just be you, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, we haven't been dropping any frames. There we go, GMK is the winner. We got... And then destroy all monsters. We'll see how this plays out. Oh, thanks, Ben. It's always interesting to see kind of where people came in with my content, because I make so much stuff. I've made short films, Godzilla stuff, the Snyder stuff, even just general movie reviews. So it's really funny to just kind of see, like, you know, oh, you came in from here, you came in from there. I'm working on a video, actually, that's like an introduction to my my channel where it's like, hey, look, you know, you might be here for the Godzilla stuff or for the Snyder stuff, but here's what else I make, you know, just to kind of do that. But yeah, so thank you so much. Sorry, kind of a long-winded thing, but thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate it. Axel F. Martinez, what's going on, man? I'm doing pretty good. I love Shin. I would cover Shin more. It's just I'm doing my retrospectives in order, and I just, you know, it takes me a long time to get through these. Yeah, so Godzilla 54 is the winner. Yeah, and you know, I don't mind where people come in. You know, I think it's neat. 1 second. I will answer chat in a moment. I just want to... It would help if I had like a mod or something, but I can't be bothered to do any of that. Actually, I want to talk about this really quick. So I had a bunch of people that were members or even non-members ask like, hey, are you going to do a Discord server for channel members? And I was kind of like, that'd be really cool. But the more I thought about it, the more I'm just like, I can't reasonably moderate it. You know, I work full time, so I don't think I could dedicate time to moderating a whole Discord or paying people to do that. I just think it would be a bit much. And nothing good ever comes with Discord servers and stuff. So I just figured I'm not going to have a channel member Discord. It'd be neat, but it's just not something I'm capable of doing. Where's the new Ideal album? Dude, I don't know. I can't sing. I was spray painting black vinyl enamel on fences the other day for my job, and I just inhaled a bunch of enamel, so I've been coughing up plastic, and it's been terrible. But that's why I'm not like going full volume with my voice right now. It's just I cannot speak for the life of me. Have I seen Godzilla? Yeah, I made a video on Godzilla a while back. I think I did an editing stream with that one, actually. I appreciate it, Stephanie. I'm just not interested in having a Discord server, I think. It would just be a lot to deal with on top of the stuff I'm already kind of doing. It'd be cool, but yeah, I don't know. I've talked to some people who do this stuff, and I think because it's so diverse with the age range of my viewers that it would be a bit much to have to kind of deal with. You know, if this was like a channel where I made burgers and all my, you know, subscribers were like 40-year-old men, it'd kind of be like, yeah, that makes sense. But I'm well aware that there's a mix of children, you know, there's a mix of teens and young adults and, you know, adults and then older people where they all watch my stuff. So it's just, I don't know. I feel like that could be a recipe for disaster. What's my take on Hulk? I like Hulk a lot. I think Hulk for a while was one of my favorite superheroes as a kid. Yeah, see, Discord's not really for everyone, so I don't want to have it as like a member perk because I know that some of my channel members are, you know, different in ages. So, okay, we're gonna end the poll there, which is a damn shame because I love Hedora. But again, you guys make this. You guys make the posts, or sorry, you guys make the poll. I appreciate the offer though, Stephanie. I appreciate your offer for modding. It's not really for me, I think. We're gonna go Tokyo SOS. There we go. Okay. All right, let's keep talking to chat here while this is kind of going. Let's see. You'll crash out if Shin doesn't win. It looks like it's going to. It's at 75%. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a Spider-Man retrospective series before that kind of comes out. Like leading up to Brand New Day, it'd be really neat to do that. I really wanted to do Predator, like Alien versus Predator, and do like all the Predator movies, all the Alien movies, and then have it lead up to the new Predator movie. But I was like, I want to do all these Halloween kind of horror things, and it didn't really work out. So, I will in the future. I'm sure they're going to make another Alien or Predator movie. So when that inevitably happens, I'll do the retrospectives on it. I think Brand New Day could be good. It'd be interesting. But yeah, if this was me, I think Shin would be my go-to winner for sure. We're going to end it here just because it is kind of pushing 70. But yeah, Shin is the winner. How about that? Here we go. Biolante versus Final Wars. Okay. What's my opinion on The Thing 2011 compared to The Thing 1982? I vaguely remember watching the 2011 movie years ago and not liking it because of all the CGI. But The Thing 1982 I love. I think The Thing 1982 is a certified classic. Yeah, I'm not surprised, by the way, that Final Wars is just completely sweeping Biollante. As much as I love Biollante, like, this video that I'm putting out is just, it's immaculate. There's a lot that I have to say about Godzilla versus Biollante. Which, it's just so cool having a Godzilla movie with a ton of substance to dissect in a video again. Just because it was like, man, after all the Gamera ones, it was just, I got so sick of, yeah, they're just kids in a spaceship wandering around. And then with Biollante, it's like, oh, thank God. I get to talk about something with substance again. We're going to end the poll in just a couple seconds here. It looks like Final Wars is the clear winner. Yeah. Final Wars is the winner. And we are now in the final. Actually, no, this is not the final four. This is Sweet 16, right? Yeah. Right? 1, 2. No, this is 8. This is 8. Here we go. -1 versus Return of Godzilla. Start poll. Okay. Yeah, so my next Let's Argue is going to be out. I haven't filmed it yet because I keep getting like submissions, basically. I just keep getting people submitting stuff to it, and I'm like, well, I don't want to make the video now because then they'll miss out. So I'm going to wait until like maybe tomorrow to film it. I keep getting comments, and it's like, well, I want to try to respond to every single one. So I know after a while you have to kind of like cut it out and like just go, but it's going to be a bit. I also want to try to make it more collaborative and invite some people on. So Anime Trilogy was eliminated way back when. Yeah, Anime Trilogy, I don't even think any of them passed the first round. I think they were all first round exits. Yeah, they all got just wiped out. I was really hoping we'd have like a fun wild card story where, like, I don't know, New Empire would get into here, but just because of like the fact that it went up against -1 almost immediately, it's like, oh no. Or Megalon, I was expecting Megalon to kind of get a bit up, but the fact that it was just GMK that it went up against, it's like, yeah, it didn't have a chance. -1 is the clear winner here. It's ahead by 85, or it is 85%. No surprise, by the way, that it's making it to the final four. That was almost guaranteed. Okay. Destroya versus GMK. Let's see. I'm curious. This is a tough one. This is going to be a really tough one. It's probably going to be 50-50 if I had to guess. Let's see. It's bouncing back and forth. This is a really good one. This is going to be a tight race. I say that just as it starts to lean more towards another side. But we're going to let this just kind of go just for a teeny tiny bit. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So just for a bit of a clarification, I mentioned in the hot take thing that it's going to be out. I don't know when it's going to be out, but I'd like to film it soon, and then not too sure when it's going to be out. But it'll be out by sometime this month for sure. It's going to be, though, because the way I used to do Let's Argues was I would record it all, and then I would chop it up into multiple episodes. So, like, I'd post one that'd be like 8 minutes, and then another one that'd be 8 minutes. And I'm wearing the same outfit because I just recorded it all on the same day. But I think what I'm going to do is not that, and just take that entire recording session and make it one big video that's like, 30 to 40 minutes long, maybe even an hour. Because watch time is king on YouTube. And I think you guys would probably appreciate it more if it was just one big video. We're going to end the poll here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Destroya is the winner. Interesting. Someone in the discussion post, because when I made my discussion post talking about how, I'm going to be doing this, so tune in, they were like, yeah, -1's going to win. And I was kind of like, I wouldn't be too sure. Now I'm pretty sure that it's going to be the winner. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. The fact that Against Mechagodzilla made it this far is very impressive. I was not anticipating that whatsoever. Yeah, that was the one where I'm like, okay. It's a good movie, don't get me wrong. I'm just shocked that it's in round 4 already. And it's looking like it might not advance, but we'll see. It's spelled that way. I've seen it spelled the way I've always spelled it, which is like this. Like, I spell it that way because in Godzilla Unleashed, which was my introduction to Destroya, it was like Destroya. So I've always just said Destroya, and I've spelled it Destroya, but you can find official merch where it says Destroya like that. It's like tomato. That's just the way it is. I think that way looks nicer too, because it's just destroy and then but yeah, tomato. We're gonna end the poll right now in 3, 2, 1. Gojira 54 is the winner. Yeah, no, I will probably do more of these in the future if the demand is there for it. This took me a bit to make, so that's part of why it's like, I don't know, I don't want to commit to this being a series on the channel, but we'll see what happens. This one's going to be close, I think. This one's going to be really close, and I like that. I like the closer ones. So, Final Wars, it's starting to kind of edge out Shin. We'll see what happens. Someone in chat asked if I prefer Terminator 1 or 2. I like 2 more than 1. I just think 2 is so fun. I love the T-1000. I think it's every element of the first Terminator, but better. Like, it just improves upon it tenfold. I could see Final Wars beating it out. Again, I'm going to let this one just kind of sit for a bit, because I know that there's probably going to be some people that are still deciding. I don't want to just immediately go, okay, end poll. So let's just give it a second here. This would be, I think, an upset, though, if Final Wars beats out Shin. Because I was straight up expecting Final Four to be Shin Godzilla, GMK, Godzilla 54, and -1. That was what I had. That was what I predicted. But if Final Wars wins, I'll be blown away. That'd be so nuts. And it might end up being a VP pick where I might actually... Oh, man. Let's just see here. If one more person votes, they decide the winner. We'll do it that way. Oh. We're going to end the poll. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. Final Wars wins. That's crazy, dude. I was not anticipating that whatsoever. That's crazy. That's crazy. I would not have guessed the Final Wars would be in the Final Four. That's crazy. Let's see what happens here. To go to the finals, to go to the championship. Here we go. -1 at 76% right now. Final Wars is one of the greatest Godzilla fan films ever made. I think it is the best. Someone pulled out their alt. Yeah, just to mess up. There's voter fraud. Someone's got to step in and audit the Firewood Media Godzilla movie bracket tournament. I mean, maybe, but at the end of the day, this literally is a popularity contest. We're going to end the poll because it's at 74%. That's pretty much a sweep. So -1 is going to the championship. Gojira, 1954. And then Final Wars. Let's see. This one's going to be nuts. I swear to God, dude, if Final Wars makes it to the championship round, that'd be crazy. I have a feeling it won't. I have a feeling Godzilla fans like the very first movie, considering it's Godzilla, the first movie. I have a feeling, though, this is... Yeah, Final Wars is done. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. The fact that it made it this far is just nuts. I mean, it beat out Shin Godzilla. It beat out Biollante and 2014. Like, Final Wars did not have an easy route to get this far. Let's be honest here. I mean, it literally had to go against what I consider to be a fan favorite of 2014, as flawed as it is. It had to go up against Biollante, which many, myself included, say that it's the best of the Heisei era. It then had to go up against Shin Godzilla, which won an Oscar in Japan. And then now, Godzilla 54. Like, look at some of these other ones where it's like, yeah, Ebra went up against, Godzilla 98. Just what a crazy gauntlet that it had to go through just to fall to 54. So we're going to end this in just 5 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. It fought hard, but Godzilla 54 is the winner. Now, before we get to the championship round here, someone in chat had an idea, and I loved this idea. To take the 2 lowest seeded ones. So we're going to go Godzilla 98 versus, what was it, Godzilla's Revenge. As just a little fun one, as a fun experiment. This is for the loser's gauntlet, or whatever you want to call it. Which one do you like more? Let's just see. This is for funsies. This has nothing to do with the finals. I'm just curious to see what happens here. Yeah, the winner of the Brown Trophy. Which one do you like more? That's what this poll is asking. And it is neck and neck. That's nuts. Yeah, this is which one you like more you're voting for. This is just the Brown Trophy. Really quick. These are the 2 lowest seeded ones. I'm curious which one, before we wrap this up, which one was the lowest seeded that got this far? It looks like it was Final Wars. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah got some legs too. Same with Astro Monster. Okay. Yeah, it looks like 98 wins. Yeah, 98 beat out Revenge. That's crazy. One more before we go to the finals. This is for 3rd place. This is for the bronze. Okay. We're going to go -1. Oh, no, sorry, not -1. I apologize. Destroya. Final Wars. And there we go. Start poll. We'll see what happens here. We're going to see what happens. So this is for 3rd place. It looks like Destroya is pretty much... Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's stomping Final Wars. Yeah, I'm not a bit surprised. One bit. All right, we're going to close it out right here. Destroya wins 3rd place. Now to determine who wins 2nd and 1st place. Godzilla -1. Dude, Shin, I didn't pick Shin to lose this. It got beat by chat. Be mad at chat. Okay, you know what we're going to do? For 3rd place, with an asterisk, we're going to go Destroya Final Wars, just for this one dude in chat. And then we're going to go Shin Godzilla. There you go. Let's see what happens. It's an asterisk because 3rd place has already been decided. It's Destroya that's 3rd place. But I'm just curious to see how this is going to go. This is just for pure shits and giggles. We're going to see what happens. It looks like Destroya might win. Again, this is just pure shits and giggles. Third place was already decided. It's Destroya. I don't make the rules. Oh, but this is a tight race, though. Against Mecha got defeated by Godzilla 54. That one wasn't even close. All right. Yeah, we're going to close it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Destroya wins. Destroya wins, you guys. It's still third place. Okay, now for the finals. Now for the finals. For real now. Let's do this. Godzilla -1 versus Godzilla 54. I'm going to say just decide the winner. I'm going to say winner takes all. I'm going to say winner takes all. Oh, excuse me. Here we go, guys. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Man, this is going to be crazy. Because this, I feel like, I don't even know if I could like, if this came down to 50%, I wouldn't even let it. I would let it just go until one of them goes to 51% or something. I can't. Like, this is so close to try to pick one. As much as I love -1. So this feels like a presidential race. Look at this. It's neck and neck. That's nuts. Oh my word. Dorange, you are just picking the worst ones. Like, you're like an angel of death for these movies, man. Like, you said Shin, and then Shin got beat. Now you're saying -1, and -1's getting beat. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, all your favorite movies are just getting defeated one by one. Just an angel of death, man. People now want you to pick the one they don't like. Oh man, we're gonna close this out in just a little bit here. I just want people to kind of have their chance to vote. We gotta verify votes, dude. This is not a presidential election. This means nothing. Yeah. I'll do a video on Shin for sure. It just, I gotta get to that point chronologically. I can't really jump around much. I'll jump around the timeline for Godzilla when it's like when it's a show. Like Godzilla Island, which I just covered. It's ahead of a lot of the movies I haven't covered yet, but I was just like, I just want to talk about it. So, all right. Ending the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your winner is Godzilla 54. And we're going to end the tournament. Look at that. Let's see all the placings here. So, Shin, I'm going to grant that one 4th place. I'm gonna grant that one 4th place just for the hell of it. Here we got all kind of like the last place ones. Let's just see the full results here. Here we go. This is cool. So you actually get to kind of see which ones, how far they got before getting beaten. So yeah, 54, -1. The one thing I did wish that I did, I wish I went back and you could actually put in numbers. I would have loved to have put in the percentage of like, oh, this one had X amount of votes. This one had this amount of votes. But yeah, this was a really fun... I'm going to do this again for sure. For sure. But yeah, this was cool. The fact, though, that like some of these were eliminated so quickly. Like 2014 was a first-round exit. It's like, what? Like, that's crazy. This one I'm shocked was a first-round exit. King Kong versus Godzilla first-round exit. Yeah. So... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Just a quick little poll here. We're going to go Planet of the Monsters. We're going to do City on the Edge of Battle. And then we're going to do Planet Eater. You know, just for funsies, we're going to throw Singular Point in the mix too. So these are just all the animes. I'm just curious which one you guys like the more. Sorry, which ones you like the most. Jeez. Started speaking in like broken English there for a second. I think I might actually redo this and not have Singular Point in there. Because I feel like Singular Point kind of messed everything up. But it looks like, though, Planet of the Monsters is everyone's favorite, which I gotta say, Planet Eater is my personal favorite, then Planet of the Monsters, and then City on the Edge of Battle. Also, Spire Talon, what's going on, man? Sorry, I was just wrapping this up, didn't get a chance to do much, but yeah, it looks like Planet of the Monsters. Looks like this is kind of where it's at right now. But yeah, this was cool, guys. This was awesome. We're gonna end poll there, though, just to kind of, yeah, cool. So now we're gonna do a little bit of a Q&A. You guys can just ask me anything. I wish I could still see chat, though, because right now I feel like I'm kind of in the dark. Here we go. I don't think the thumbnail had Shin. I think that was Burning Godzilla that you clicked on. Yeah, I gotta watch the... I mean, I've seen the first one, but I'd like to rewatch it before I see FNAF 2, for sure, but... Least favorite Godzilla movie, I mean... Probably Ebra, Horror of the Deep, or like one of the anime ones. I don't know. We're going to go until 5:30 with the Q&A, so just so you guys are aware kind of what's up. Man, we peaked at 56 viewers today. That's awesome. I don't think I've ever gotten that many before in like one sitting. That's cool as shit. Thank you so much, guys. Favorite kaiju apart from Godzilla? Gotta think. I mean, I love Hedorah. Like, I have so many Hedorah things just like right here. You know, I dig it. But yeah, I don't know. I love Hedorah. This one's the Final Wars one. I have a million other ones, though, right by me, kind of up on my shelf that I don't want to grab at the moment. But, yeah, love Hedorah. Thoughts on Final Wars? I think Final Wars is one of the best Godzilla fan films of all time. It's so fun. Yeah, I dig it. I have a lot I want to say about it, but it's also kind of like, just give me a second on, you know, completing the series that I'm working on. Let me actually do this, because I want to pull some stuff up to show you guys. Okay. Shin or -1, I'm going to go -1. Who's my favorite Godzilla artist? I'm going to go... I like Matt Frank a lot. He's actually commented on the channel a couple times, which is really cool. I love Matt Frank. But I'm going to go deep cut here. Let me pull him up. I'm going to give him a shout out right now. This dude's awesome. I met him a couple times at G-Fest a while back. Lensations, look him up on Instagram. His work is phenomenal. These are like black and white ones. I wonder if I can find like more. Yeah. I feel like he's done color ones before. I think I have some of his color stuff. But yeah, so he goes to like Comic-Con, WonderCon. He used to go to G-Fest, but I guess G-Fest like prevented people from selling Godzilla stuff there, which is stupid, but yeah, so he's got some great stuff. Love Lensations. Go check him out. He sells this stuff too, so go and support this man. I own a lot of his prints, actually. He's great. I wonder if now I can actually see... Oh, he's taking a break. Okay. There we go, guys. He's closed until November 2025, so he should be opening up soon. Go support this guy. He's awesome. Love Lensations. Lensations, I believe is how it's pronounced. Lensations. Anyways. Okay. Let's see here. Least favorite kaiju in the Godzilla verse. I don't like the generic ones where it's like, oh, it's a giant octopus, it's a giant condor, it's Kamacuras, it's like a giant praying mantis or a giant spider. Like those are the lamest ones, I think, personally. It's probably those. Favorite American kaiju. I like Knifehead from Pacific Rim. That's a cool one. Giant Vulture is the best Godzilla character. I think you mean Giant Condor. And no, it's not. Definitely not. What is the strongest kaiju? I don't know. Glepshido. Little Godzilla. One of them. I don't really pay attention to feats or anything like that. I don't know. I like the movies. Favorite scary movie? The Void. You guys got to check out The Void. It's a great, great, great horror movie. I'm going to plug this right now, actually. If you want to get an idea of what I like in terms of movies, check out my Letterboxd page. I post a fair bit of reviews on here where I just sort of, review stuff. You can see my favorite movies. I have a lot of, let me find them here, lists. So I do a lot of like rankings on here. So if you want to kind of get an idea of like, oh, Superman movies ranked, Tarantino ranked, Godzilla's MCU. This is your go-to, I'd say, for my favorite stuff. So if you'd like to see, specific stuff of like my taste, what I like, what I'm watching at the moment, highly recommend you check out my Letterboxd page. It's McColmack is the username, and then that's that. I'm holding my puppy in this picture. So, okay. How would I rank Hedorah objectively, ignoring that it's my favorite? S tier. I love it. Love Hedorah. Let's see. Favorite movie of all time, King Kong, easily. Close second is Moneyball. I love Moneyball a lot. Every opening day I watch Moneyball. I really want to have a video on the channel about Moneyball where I talk about how much I love it. The thing is, this is going to be some lore for you guys. I'm gonna leak this a little bit earlier than I maybe should have. I've been secretly working on a second channel that has nothing to do with movies. Let me pull it up. There's been a secret channel this whole time, if I can find it. Because the thing is, I've already made some sports stuff as of late. Dude, what was this account even called? Oh yeah, there it is. It's just, okay, hold on. Sorry, 1 second. There it is. It's got 2 subscribers right now. 3, I just subbed to my own channel. Okay. It's called Firewood Sports. So I have 1 YouTube short out. I'm going to post a lot more. But yeah, if you want to see some sports stuff, go check it out. Yeah, no, there's no motion or traction on this channel at all. So that's why I had to look up what it was even called. But I'm going to try to do some long form stuff. I've got a video that I'm working on that's like really long. I'm going to do a lot of YouTube shorts just to kind of build up this channel. But yeah, I'll go back to Q&A now. But just wanted to plug that. I'm going to post about it on the channel officially in a bit once I have some more videos up. But favorite Universal monster? Black Lagoon. I like the creature from the Black Lagoon. The Gill Man. I haven't seen the Mothra trilogy in a very long time, so I would have to rewatch it for sure. Because it's been a while, and I vaguely remember elements of it. Favorite kaiju monster in general? I mean, it's Hedorah, but outside of Hedorah, I love Knifehead. I think Jiger's really cool from Gamera. I love Baltan from Ultraman. So, yeah, for sure. Do I know what Gremlins is? I love Gremlins. Gremlins 1 and 2. I've referenced Gremlins 2 a couple times on the channel as being kind of like an FU movie where they made it just to kind of spite the studio, and it's great. Do I plan on seeing Begonia? Yeah, I keep seeing the ads for it. It looks really cool. I like Yorgos Lanthimos a lot. I want to do a video on him, but it's like I want to wait until. Usually, it's like when you want to make a video on something, you wait as a content creator until something related is already out. So, if I want to do a video on Alien, I should wait until there's an Alien movie coming out. FNAF, for example. I really want to do a whole FNAF retrospective series, but Sag and Hawk's already made a great retrospective series on the games, and it's like, shit, what do I do? So I don't know. Opinion on the PS3, PS4 game. I made an hour-long video talking about it, so if you want to go check it out and you want to know my thoughts, go watch that. It's somewhere on the channel. I'm not too sure. But yeah. I have a lot to say. That's why it's as long as it is. I can't just sum it up as a basic, like, oh, it's great. Oh, it's bad. Do I have a favorite kaiju-related board game? Here's the thing with board games. I'm, like, too brain-broken to play board games. I got really into Warhammer 40K. I know that's not kaiju-related, but I got really into Warhammer for a while. I still am. I just have to make time to put the little miniatures together. I have... Mechanicus was my faction for 40K. But a lot of them are in my closet right now in a safe place. But I have a couple on my shelf. I just don't see any at the moment. My buddy Nick has the Godzilla board game for Funko. And he was going to be a playtester for that. But I don't think they were going to do any expansions. And he was going to be a playtester for the expansion. So that all kind of fell through. I like GMK more. Favorite dinosaur? I know it's basic, but T-Rex. I like the T-Rex a lot. I like the Utah Raptor as a kid. That was probably my favorite. I like against Mechagodzilla. The one thing I'm going to do for sure... Can you guys still... Yeah, okay. I don't know if you could see my desktop. I'm going to combine for my retrospective series against Mechagodzilla and Tokyo SOS into one video, since a lot of my points and arguments kind of like revolve around both movies, you know? So I kind of want to just talk about both movies in the one video when that comes out, as opposed to trying to, like, you know, reference one and then be like, but wait next week for when I talk about that one. It's just, I feel like if they were all just one video, it'd be a lot better. Favorite Western, if I watch them? I gotta think. Because I like The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, which is sort of like the it's like the basic bitch one, right? I really, really, really love True Grit, the Jeff Bridges movie. That's a fantastic one. I love True Grit. Someone asked my favorite Primarch. I'm not too invested in the Marines as a faction. I just, you know, I love Mechanicus, and I actually have a lot of Space Marines sort of all over the place, but I don't know too much of the lore with the Marines and with the Primarchs and whatnot. I just know, like, the technology gods, like they worship machine as opposed to humans. You know, that was really... I wasn't too big on the lore for the most part. I'd listen to a lot of it, but it was mostly like I just like putting the miniatures together, which is why I was into Gundam for a while, but not really. Like, I watched the show, but it was also like I'm not gonna, I don't know, be super invested and call myself a Gundam fan, if that makes sense. But yeah, no, True Grit, Good, the Bad, the Ugly, those are probably my two favorite Westerns. I like Little Big Man, actually. I take that back. Little Big Man, I forget, is a Western, but it's wonderful. I love Little Big Man with Dustin Hoffman. Great movie. Favorite alien kaiju apart from Hedorah? I like Gigan. I think Gigan might be one of my favorites. Apart from the original Alien, which one is number one for you? I like Hot Take Alien 3. I think Alien 3 is a very underrated movie. It's got some awesome biblical imagery throughout. It's great stuff. And I think on that note, I think I'm going to end stream. This has been really fun. I am so grateful for all the support on all the recent videos lately. It's been amazing. I'm very tired. I'm going to watch the World Series tonight, have a good time. Reluctantly rooting for the Dodgers, just because they're American, and I don't want to root for Canadians. So, even though I hate the Dodgers, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. My Bengals are on tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. If you're curious, by the way, I haven't been streaming much because I've been working a full-time job, so that's part of it. I don't have time to, live stream as much, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to slow down, by the way, too, with posting as much. I'm going to post only on Fridays now. That's going to be sort of going forward what I'm going to do. Otherwise, we're gonna just kind of see what happens. But I think it's better for more quality over quantity. But anyways, I will probably do a stream or like an update thing where I talk more about where the channel's going to go in the future. So, okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. This was a really cool stream. I might do more of this in the future. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you, channel members, by the way. You guys are the best. Peace out.